Hey, what's going on, family? It's your man, DJ Big Mike, aka Michael Madison Jr., coming to you with another episode of Note to Self. Man, today I was just thinking, you guys know I'm always thinking that I make a little note to myself that I can go back and kind of read and reassess. Well, today I talk about it all the time, but I gotta once again talk about self-sabotage. Man, I know I do it all the time. I know that I know there's a lot of us out there that do it, and we don't even realize that we're doing it. And what I mean by self-sabotage is you get to a certain point in your life, your career, business, hobbies, whatever it may be, right? You get to a certain point and you're grinding, and you're hustling and you're spending all this time, effort, and energy. And then you get to this point. And I'm gonna put the point as at number 10, right? So you wanna get to 10, and you always get to, I'm gonna say for myself, a lot of times, man, I'm getting to 7, I'm getting to 8, sometimes I even get to 9. And then I start overthinking, I start over-processing. I start saying, am I doing this right? I need to get to the next level, but I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do this different. Whether it be, I don't like my website, or I don't like the podcast, or whatever it is, I get to a certain point and I always start overthinking things. And I have to frequently tell myself, and I wanna tell you guys, stop overthinking. My man Lloyd tells me all the time, bro, you're thinking too much. Like, stop thinking, just do it. And just, and I realize once I do that, then obviously you get to the next level. So I started out, I would self-sabotage at about, I'm gonna say 5 or 6, right? And I get to that point and then I go back to like 3. And then I'd build it back up. And the next time I build it back up, I get to 6. And then I go back to 4 or 5. Then all of a sudden, boom, it's like you get to 9 and you're like, oh, I'm almost there. Like all I got to do is like, I got to hit one more notch. And then you stop. And then you do something else that you're only a 2 or 3 on. And then you start building that up. Well, man, if I just take what I take, kind of like this podcast, I just talked about it for a long time. I got myself to probably 3 or 4, and then I stepped away. And I got myself to 5 or 6, and then I stepped away. Now we're at 10, and we're over the hump now. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of my favorite podcasts to do. It's just me. It's all on me. Nobody else is really involved, at this point. Except for, my man Lloyd, who always blesses me with the art and different things like that. But really nobody else is in control of it other than me. So if it succeeds, I succeed. If it fails, I fail. I can't blame nobody else but me. So people, you have to stop self-sabotaging. One of the biggest things that I've done to kind of help that is I've read a lot of books on it, understood the mentality of it, understood why we do it. We're set up as a people and a society that we don't like to fail. So whenever we get to that point where failure seems like it might happen, we stop, we give up, we no longer push, we no longer have that same desire. And I'm telling you, people, have that same desire, have that same push, that same motivation all the way through. No matter how hard it gets, no matter if you think it's gonna fail, keep pushing, because it may fail, and that's okay, because you learn from failure. If you just stop and you just give up and you self-sabotage and you go on to something else, you're gonna be great at about 50% all the time. Get yourself up, get yourself going. If you fail, learn from it. If you continue to do that, eventually, people who always, I think Michael Jordan said it best when he said, there is no success without failure. So what he meant by that is, I believe he got cut his 11th grade year from basketball and then became the GOAT. We all know the story. So I'm telling you guys to do the same thing. Continue to push forward. If you fail, now you can back up a little bit, see why you failed, correct those issues, and then move forward and keep going. And like I always say, I love you guys, man. Keep up the good work. Peace.